Hi, I'm Sean Rasmussen from Learn How to Blog. This is the content marketing formula and today's topic is unlock your inner expert. We all have something that we are really good at, but we don't all recognize that. We all have some sort of authority, some sort of expert status within us. And that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to see how we can unlock your expert status. But first, let's have a look at exactly what is an expert. I looked this up online and the explanation according to Wikipedia or any sort of dictionary pretty much comes down to this. An expert is someone who is recognized as a reliable source on a particular topic. Now when you take the word reliable source, it means that it's someone that someone can go to and know that they will get a good answer, a reliable answer, consistently. It also means that if you are an expert, you are still allowed to actually not know the answer when it's asked, but you can go and get the answer for people. And you will grow in your expert status by doing this, and this will make more and more sense to you as we go along. Nobel Peace Prize winner in 1922, Niels Bohr, was quoted saying that an expert is a person who has made all the mistakes that can be made in a very narrow field. If you relate to that, you can see that it's actually someone who has failed an immense and incredible amount of times trying things and not necessarily getting there, but becomes an expert through the experiences. Without mistakes, there is no expertise. And you will learn as we go along that the best thing that you can ever do for anyone is to save them time. If I had not applied the principles that I've been talking about here in the content marketing formula over the previous 7 sessions, if I hadn't applied that, if I hadn't put my hand up and said, hey guys, look, if you want to know anything on this topic, come and ask me. If I hadn't claimed the so-called expert status, then I wouldn't have had what I currently have in life right now. I wouldn't be able to have traveled with my family to Asia, go to Hawaii and South Pacific 4 times, to Fiji and Vanuatu and places like that, and do things that I think everyone deserves to be able to do, at least have the choice and the ability to do so. And to spend time with your friends, your family and your loved ones in a way that you're going to be the best possible influence on them. And can it then be so wrong to put your hand up and say that you are an expert and really good at something and you want to help people? I think that that is the most humanitarian thing that you can do to anyone in this world, is to help them, especially save them time. Remember, to be an expert, you do not need to be the best. You just need to be a reliable source on a particular topic. Everyone is an expert on something. Now think about this. Every single experience that you encounter in life is stored in your brain, in your memory bank. It's all stored in there. Have you ever had a memory come back to you years and years after it happened and it was like you'd forgotten it and then it just comes back to you? It's because it's stored, and that is stored somewhere and it's brought to the front of your brain, to your current memory when you need it. And the more you do something, the more it becomes available to you. If you think about something every day, you will remember it. If you do not think about it, you tend to forget it, but it's still stored there. So by doing something, you're accessing it. By accessing it and doing it, you become better at it. And the best advice I can give you is to teach the topic that you love, because teaching is learning. The best possible way to learn is to teach, because doing is learning. There is no better way to learn than actually to physically do something. So when someone asks you a question and you are forced to go and get the answer because you put your hand up, you volunteered yourself and said, hey, over here guys, I'm the expert, I want to help you, this is my topic. And in no way be ashamed of doing that. Be proud of wanting to help people. And then when someone asks you the question, you go and locate the answer. And after a while, when that question gets asked again, you actually know the answer. And what's happening? You are becoming a self-fulfilled prophecy. You're becoming the expert that you proclaimed yourself to be. You're growing into your role as an authority in your field. There was a movie a few years ago. It was called Limitless, and it was with Bradley Cooper and Robert De Niro. And it's about a man who's got writer's block. And he's an author, and he just can't finish his book. He can't even get it started. Then he accesses a tablet, and he takes his tablet, and this tablet unlocks limitless memory. Every single thing that he has experienced in his life becomes available to him. Suddenly, instead of only using a small percentage of his brain, he has access to everything. Suddenly, this guy can do incredible things. He becomes limitless. He accesses all his life's memories and knowledge. Now imagine if you could take a tablet, a legal tablet, that allows you to unlock all your memories and experiences throughout your life with total clarity. And if that tablet was both legal and had no side effects and you knew it was perfectly fine, let's just play with the thought right now. Would you do so? Would you take that tablet? Let's play with that thought. Would sports people take a tablet that allowed them to become as good as they possibly could be so they can win a gold medal? If that tablet was legal and had no side effects, would they do it? I think they would. Have you heard about people being in the zone? When you're in the zone, suddenly there are no thoughts. There is no time. You're in a place of timelessness. There are no thoughts to distort what you're doing. Suddenly you can do things that do not seem human. Sports people, the really highly paid sports people, are able to enter that zone. That zone is when you suddenly access everything within your mind. Everything becomes available with no time limitations. As a matter of fact, it's almost like time slows down. Total clarity, and someone is able to carry off something that mathematically could only really be carried off in theory. Yet humans can pull that off. They access that little sudden burst of total clarity where they become the best in the world at that particular moment. And at that particular moment when you are the best, there is no doubt that you are just the best at what you're doing, without any pride, without any boasting, without any putting yourself above everyone else. You just are the best at that particular time. And it's not something you're happy about. It's not something you're sad about. You just are. That's the zone. And everyone's got access to that zone. Some people are just able to go there more than others. Now imagine if you could take that tablet to enter that zone. We're only playing with this concept now, but imagine if you could that. Imagine if there's actually not a tablet to take, but it's just a thought process of backing yourself. Maybe there's an apprenticeship involved. Maybe you just have to take that step and put your hand up and say, over here, I am the expert. I am the best in the world at this. I am passionate. I am focused. What I do, I'm really good at. And if I suck at anything, no one really cares because they remember me for what I'm good at. So ask yourself, what is your passion? What would you love to do all the time? If you didn't get paid for it, what would you do? If you didn't need the money, if you didn't need to get paid, money was not a problem, it was not an issue, but you just wanted something to pass your time, and you wanted to help people with something, what would that be? Because that is your passion. Because your passion is beyond money. And when you do something that is beyond money, you're good at it. There is no greed involved. There is no necessity involved. There was no, I have to finish this tonight involved. There is no, I have to pay the bills, or I have to do this or that, or I'm expected by those people to do this. I have to be someone I don't want to be. There's none of that involved. What would you do? 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, or 7 days a week, whatever blows your hair back. What would you do that you totally love if you have to do it all the time? Another way to work out what you're really good at, or what you could actually do that you could be really, really successful at, that people would literally be pouring money at you, is to ask yourself, what do people ask you advice about? Do people actually ring you up and ask you advice? This could be friends, this could be family. Do people actually ring you? Suddenly the phone rings and you pick it up and someone says, hey, you know what, I was just going through some stuff and I was just wondering, I thought of you. Can I ask you advice? If they do that, it's because they see you as an authority, someone they trust to be a reliable source for that particular topic. It could be anything. And remember, there is not one topic that is not worth a lot of money in a business of giving advice on it online. There is a massive market out there. We're dealing with the entire global population. If you have got the most niched topic in the world, there are still tens of thousands of customers out there for you. Then you might ask yourself, can you charge for this service? Yes, you can. But how can it be worth anything? I give it away for free all the time. I can't charge for this. Oh, little me. I'm not worth that sort of money. I'm not worth anything. As a matter of fact, people have been putting me down all my life, making fun of me. No, forget about them because they are not your customers. There are different types of people. Some are your customers and some are not. They probably all need your advice. But what's the point of giving advice to people who do not appreciate it? So let's have a look at who are your customers. First of all, you are in the business of saving time. If you can save people time, you are in business. Save people time, not money. And we'll look at that in a little bit of more detail in a moment. But just remember this. Customers are people that pay for your services. Customers are not people that don't pay for your service. A customer is someone that gives you money for something that they value. And if they don't, they're not your customer. So if you are to base your judgment on your expert status and your authority in a particular field based on what people are giving you feedback on so far, remember that you may not have been dealing with actual customers yet. And therefore, their feedback is not qualified. The only qualified feedback you can get are actually the people that truly want your advice on whatever your expert topic is. So there are two types of people. One, people that have got spare money and people that have got spare time. Only one of these is your customer. Which one do you reckon? If people have got lots of money, they lack time. If they've got lots of time, they lack money. Let's have a look at that. There's a saying that you'd rather have money at the end of your month than month at the end of your money. People with lots of money are generally busy. People with lots of spare time are generally not rich. Of course there are exceptions. But first of all, if a customer is someone that pays you, I think they need money. Secondly, if you're in the business of saving people time, it's a good idea that A, they have money so they can pay you, and B, that they actually want to save time. In other words, your customer is the person with more money than time. And yes, I do know that time is a human-invented concept and we're the only species on the planet that cares about time. But this concept also introduces a stress factor that means that people want more time. So therefore, time becomes one of those most precious commodities a human can ever want to get. Looking again at who your customers are, people with time and a lack of money do not value time-saving strategies. Because what's the point of getting more time if that's what they have plenty of? However, people with money and a lack of time, they value time and will pay you for it. Therefore, your customers are people with the spare money who value time. Your expert status is something that you can sell your advice on online, and you can access a massive audience of people around the world who want information on how to save time. Yes, people can go to the library, yes, people can Google it, and yes, people will waste weeks, months and years of their life, which is their biggest fear, if they do it wrong. Hence, when they come to the authority, the expert, they will save time. So it doesn't matter if it's yet another recipe on how to bake the best apple tart, or if it's another way to make your car go further on its fuel, or if it's another thing that has been covered 1,000,000 times already. It doesn't matter. As long as you can be reliable on that particular topic, you will cut out your niche and your slice of the pie of having a very successful business in that particular niche online. Apply everything else that we've spoken about in the content marketing formula, such as being consistent and passionate and loving your topic, and you will be successful. Looking at the business side of it, people have got needs. It is the biggest thing that drives people in life, is to get solutions to their problems. If you can provide solutions to people's needs, i.e. their problems, you have got yourself a business. People will pay for good solutions because the good solutions save them time. When you solve people's needs, you're saving time. If people have got more time, they are happier, they're more relaxed. Happy customers will pay you more and more consistently too, because you are consistently the reliable source for their topic. Once people have found you and they trust you and you've got the rapport, they're not going to shop around anymore. They are a loyal customer. Because why would they spend more time when what they want to do in the first place is to save time solving this problem? Remember, problems can be anything. It doesn't have to be financially motivated or anything like this. It could be on how to actually train your dog to be obedient so they don't waste time and get embarrassed next time they go down the park. Every time they go past the deli, the dog drops a big steamer out on the footpath. How do I stop my dog from doing that? That is pain. If you can remove that pain from people's life, you are helping them, you're making them happier, and you are saving them time, you are saving them life. Of course they can Google how to do it. Of course they can go down to the library, but people are busy. More so now than ever before. People have needs, provide solutions to those needs, and you have got yourself an online business. Let's have a look at how to make money from your passion. People look for answers online. They Google questions to get answers. If you can provide them with those answers, you got yourself the business. You can provide those answers with free reports, ebooks, audios, home study courses, membership programs. One of the prizes in the content marketing formula for this competition is the Digital Product Mastery Program, where I run through all of that. I will also run through that in more detail in another session in Content Marketing Formula. The key is that when you're making money from your passion, or the key to actually make money from your passion, is that you take that one topic that you are the expert on. Yes, I know that you may not be convinced that you're an expert, and maybe you are not yet an expert, but what do you want to be an expert on? Remember, an expert is someone who's made all the mistakes that can be made in the very narrow field, as quoted by Niels Bohr. So be prepared to get started, put yourself out there and do it in a cheap and affordable way, where you can actually just blog, where you can go online on social media and commit yourself and be prepared to do the work, and you will float to the top. People want advice, people want experts, people want somewhere to go, and people need to save time. You can build a business out of any topic of giving advice online. And the beauty is you can do it from home. You can create a product from an idea, a thought. Like everything comes from a thought. It starts with a dream. The dream is a thought. Then you think about it more and more, and after a while you turn that thought into reality. And that is how everything is created. Everything comes initially from a thought or an idea. You couldn't invent anything without first thinking of it. You think, oh, that'll be nice. Oh, but that's impossible. How can man fly? It's just not possible. Next thing you know, people are jumping on planes in the millions every day and doing things and taking it for granted that was considered impossible. That was just a dream in the past. So everything starts with a thought. That's exactly how you create a product. You create a product from a thought. You can turn those products into a full product range, and you got yourself a business model. You got something that you can sell online. It's digital. It doesn't cost you nearly bugger all to deliver it. And it's something that anyone can do that is prepared to back themselves and believe in their own ability to be an authority on a particular topic. And all you need to do is to be prepared to unlock your inner expert. Today's quote is by Niels Bohr. An expert is someone that has made all the mistakes that can be made in a very narrow field. For any support, comment on learnhowtoblog.com.au, ask questions on Facebook, Google+, or Twitter, or you can email a ticket system for our support crew, newsletter@learnhowtoblog.com.au. Today's homework for the Common Sense Formula is to go to learnhowtoblog.com.au, locate the article, Unlock Your Inner Expert, and comment. Tell me what you would love to do if you got paid for it and didn't need the money. In other words, sit down and think about, really, what is your passion? And what do people actually contact you about and ask you advice on that particular topic? And there is something. If you say that people don't ask me advice on it, it's because you have not been listening to them. People are asking you advice every day of your life. What do people most consistently ask you advice about? And that is your expert topic. You may have done something for 20 years. You might have a trade or a particular vocation that you're really, really good at. Maybe you can just give advice on that. Maybe that's your apprenticeship topic until you discover your passion. The most important thing is just to do something. Get in there. Don't be afraid of doing it. Get in there, Dip your ankles in the water, get started, start learning, and start moving towards finding that expert topic. Unlock your inner expert sooner rather than later. Thank you very much for joining me here today. I'm Sean Rasmussen from Learn How to Blog. This is the Content Marketing Formula. I'll see you in the next video. Live life, have fun, and enjoy.